Now for a good 12 hours sleep, I told myself. 12 solid hours. Let birds sing, let people go to work. Somewhere out there, a volcano might blow. Israeli commandos might decimate a Palestinian village. I couldn't stop it. I was going to sleep. This quote by Haruki Murakami describes the international community's behavior during the 11-day violence between the nuclear giant Israel and not so technologically advanced Gaza. At least 243 Palestinians were killed, including 66 children and 39 women, with 1,910 people wounded, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. 12 people in Israel, including a 5-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl, were killed, all result of one of the violent conflicts in the history of the world. The renewed violence started on 6 May when Palestinians protested in East Jerusalem over an anticipated decision of the Supreme Court of Israel on the eviction of 6 Palestinian families in Sheikh Jarrah. Under international law, the area effectively annexed by Israel is a part of Palestinian territories that Israel currently holds under belligerent occupation. The protests quickly escalated into violent confrontation between Jewish and Palestinian protesters. On 7 May, Israeli police stormed the compound of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam, located on the Temple Mount, the holiest site in Judaism. The police used tear gas, rubber bullets, and stun grenades against stone-throwing Palestinians. On 10 May, Hamas gave Israel an ultimatum to withdraw security forces from the Temple Mount complex and Sheikh Jarrah. On the same day, Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad began firing rockets into Israel from the Gaza Strip, hitting multiple residences and a school. Israel began a campaign of airstrikes against Gaza. On 11 May, the Israel Defense Forces said that at least 15 of the Palestinian casualties were confirmed members of Hamas, and also said that Palestinian civilian casualties were caused by errant rocket launches within the Gaza Strip. By 17 May, the United Nations estimated that Israel had demolished 94 buildings in Gaza, comprising 461 housing and commercial units. As of 19 May, at least 72,000 Palestinians have been displaced. Calls for a ceasefire were first proposed on 13 May by Hamas, but rejected by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. As of 20th May 2021, the Palestinian National Authority reported injuries for at least 1,900 Palestinians, and as of 12th May, Israel reported at least 200 injured Israelis. On 18 May, France, with Egypt and Jordan, announced the filing of a United Nations Security Council resolution for a ceasefire. A ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was enacted on 21st May 2021, ending 11 days of fighting, with both sides claiming to have won the conflict. So now the question here arises, what caused this massive conflict in the first time? Let's go into the historical background a little bit. From about 1517 to 1917, the Ottoman Empire ruled much of the Palestinian region, and Christians, Muslims, Jews lived in harmony. When World War I ended in 1918, the British took control of Palestine. The League of Nations issued a British Mandate for Palestine, a document that gave Britain administrative control over the region and included provisions for establishing a Jewish national homeland in Palestine, which went into effect in 1923. In 1947, after more than 2 decades of British rule, the United Nations proposed a plan to partition Palestine into 2 sections, an independent Jewish state and an independent Arab state. The city of Jerusalem, which was claimed as a capital by both Jews and Palestinian Arabs, was to be an international territory with a special status. And mind you, Jerusalem is a very important city to all the 3 religions, Christianity, Jews, and Islam. After 1948, unable to solve the problem, Israel started to wage war against opposing Palestine. Palestinians were forced to flee their homes and become refugees. Jordan occupied land which became known as the West Bank, and Egypt occupied Gaza. Palestine got divided into East occupied Jordanian and West occupied by Israel. In 1967 war, Israel won over East Palestine and Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon. Israel claims the whole of Jerusalem as its capital, while the Palestinians claim East Jerusalem as capital of a future Palestinian state. The US is one of the only handful of countries to recognize Israel's claim to the whole of the city. Gaza, a conflicted part of Palestine, is ruled by a militant group called Hamas with the local government. Things escalated when Israelis attacked Palestinians in East. Demonstration for Free Palestine with slogans "Long live Intifada" or the uprising. The agitation rose when Israel bombarded Gaza, killing several people, including children and women. The coinage of term Nakba Day came into existence, which in Arabic means catastrophe, the day when Israel infiltrated Palestinian land. So the question here arises, what do both the countries want? Each side seeks recognition of its state by the other as well as the international community. Most Israeli Jews want to see Israel recognized as a Jewish state, while Palestinians want Israel to acknowledge the forced displacement under the Nakba. Countries like US interest in the Greater Middle East also faded as other regions gained priority, as highlighted by Obama pivot to Asia with its significant policy changes. The Trump administration also aimed to resolve the conflict in Israel's favor and impose a solution on the Palestinians. So what should be the fair and peaceful thing to do? What solution are most countries of the world suggesting? All the countries and international authoritative bodies, including UN, along with local governments, should unite, intervene, and reach for a peace treaty and a definitive solution for the land ownership between the two. After all, everyone wants to live in peace and avoid war and deaths. As rightly said by the poet Martha Lavinia Hoffman, in war, a country's hopes stagnate. In war, her strong are slain. In war, dark evils desecrate her counsel, hall and fane. In war, with wings of omen dark, her wrongs and depths increase. Prosperity and progress mark the golden realm of peace. Thank you. Stay aware and stay safe.